release from in the morning.
Will this day never end? World War III looks like it's going to start, but worst of all, Ontario is covered in a sheet of ice. I'm kidding. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Breaking Badger News. I am the ever so tired Maximilian Darrett, and joining me is Mr. Brian Martinez. Brian, what's going on, man?
Hey, I am also quite tired, so hey, you're not alone. Although we don't have ice, we just have lots of rain.
That sounds lovely. I adore the rain. Whereas up here in Canada, it's all freezing rain. There's 20 millimeters of it currently, and it's like frozen sand. I was fucking shoveling it before. I felt like I was in a frozen Saudi Arabia or something. It was terrible. Anyways, you guys don't care about what the weather is. We bring you these videos so you can try and escape the weather. This particular write-up that we have today, I wasn't able to do it because I've been very busy, hence the tiredness. But I'd like to thank Mike J for taking care of doing a write-up about this situation, so I can pretend as if I know what I'm talking about. So, the Bullyhunters initiative started up around the beginning of April as a website with corresponding YouTube channel and Facebook page. The group, which uses a cross between the female gender sign and a firearm-style crosshair as their symbol, describes itself as a, quote, community of gamers, brands, and organizations fighting to eliminate in-game harassment. On their website, they claim
that they throw brands in there. That's kind of relevant. That's a little bit of a keystone to this whole thing. But go on.
When you're fighting misogyny online, you got to make sure that you're well-funded. On their website, they claim, quote, over 21 million female gamers have reported sexual harassment. I'm just reading this thing for the first time. I already know that's a load of shit. And anybody with half a brain would know that's a load of shit. In an interview with PC Gamer, a representative for Bullyhunters described the initiative as a group of, quote, elite female gamers.
It's like the Israeli elite female gaming strike force that set out to. Okay, elite female gamers, right? They should have spelled elite with a 733, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
A 1337. That's how they should have spelled it.
It's an oxymoron. It's like military intelligence, Megadeth. Well, anyways, in an interview with PC Gamers, they described the initiative as a group of elite female gamers who will offer services in the form of an app to combat online bullying and harassment in the game Counter-Strike Global Offensive, aka CSGO. In theory, this would work by the victims of abuse logging onto the app by using their Steam account credentials and then requesting help from a bully hunter specialist. The bully hunter would then jump into the same game as the victim and then proceed to ruthlessly and efficiently dispatch the offender before leaving the calling card of the group in the in-game chat. Harassment is not a game, bullyhunters.org.
What? Okay, let's get through this. I'm sorry. I interrupted.
It's really sad that this isn't the stupidest thing that I've witnessed today. The reason the system would not work are numerous. Competitive matches in CSGO cannot be joined mid-match, like most multiplayer games. Specific members of the enemy team cannot be reliably singled out. Voice chat only is for teams only in normal servers, meaning that in the case of harassment from a team member, the bully hunter would need to join the enemy team to kill the harasser and could possibly kill the abuse victim. Full matches cannot be joined. Anyone with a Steam account can request help with this app, including harassers. Anyone with a Steam account can sign up as a bully hunter, including harassers. And killing a harasser in-game is no guarantee that the abuse will stop. Not to mention that you're probably going to encourage the act of betrayals, which by proxy makes the whole thing worse and makes people want to kill you. And I'm not talking about in-game. Despite these reasons, the group has released promotional footage showing their system seeming to work. Yeah, I watched a bit of this. On April 12th, the group was supposed to host an hour-long live stream discussing their group and demonstrating the ability of their services live. However, the broadcast was plagued with technical failures and only ended up running for slightly more than half an hour. During the stream, host Nati Casanova really? Who streams under the name Zombie Unicorn, discussed online harassment, specifically the harassment of female gamers. At one point during the stream, clinical gamer counselor Kevin Lanham is introduced to speak about the impact of online abuse, again with a focus of female gamers. At one point, the stream dramatically cuts to a bully hunt in progress, where we see a verbal harasser taken down by a bully hunter. The broadcast wraps up by talking about the product they're selling, which are special SteelSeries branded headsets that come with a guide to dealing with online harassment. The stream raised more questions than answers, and internet sleuths, soon began digging. It turns out that the clinical gamer counselor, Kevin Lanham's background has more to do with diabetes than it does gamers.
What?
Well, then again, that's usually something that applies to most gamers. But anyways, the supposedly live game...
Pun intended.
Yes, the supposedly live gameplay footage was all staged and poorly cut together. No, it wasn't supposedly. It was all staged and poorly cut together, with proof that the abuse victim and the bully hunter were actually the same person. And most egregious of all, that the host, Natty Casanova, is quite a bully herself. Many past streams and tweets from her have been dug up, which show that she has no problem calling others effing morons, C words that describe female genitalia, and faggots. Yes, that's the one that I choose not to object to. But the biggest revelation of them all is that the entirety of the Bullyhunters initiative seems to be one big marketing stunt for SteelSeries to sell a limited edition gaming headset, with proceeds going towards organizations who support victims of in-game harassment. Yeah, just like Crash Override. Remember that? The negative press surrounding the Bullyhunters, and by extension the brands associated with them, the companies sponsoring them have begun dropping like flies. Sponsors CyberPower PC, Vertagear, and the Diverse Gaming Coalition were among the...
What the fuck is the Diverse Gaming Coalition?
Man.
I'm gonna search. I'm gonna Google this right now because I gotta know as you finish that last struggle to get through that last sentence.
The Diverse Gaming Coalition were among the first to jump ship. Man, when something called the Diverse Gaming Coalition says that you're messed up, you done messed up. SteelSeries is... you're not diversitying right. SteelSeries is since issuing a statement distancing themselves from the Bully Hunters and announcing that all the proceeds from the limited Bully Hunters headset will be going to Time's Up Now. God damn it. You had one job and now you're making... I wonder. Well, at least Time's Up Now is still putting forward the facade that they're actually competent and they're actually trying to solve a serious issue. Whereas with Bully Hunters, it's pretty clear that their entire mantra should actually be "Give us money, God damn it." So, Brian.
Well, I mean, it speaks for itself. The write-up is pretty concise. It's pretty ridiculous. I don't know where to start. Okay, so first of all, none of it was real. It was all fake. So obvious. Just scam
like
artists
landing.
are obvious, and yeah, like the moon landing, exactly, and like those people who deny the existence of Wakanda. But it's obviously fake. Then on top of that, you have that they're using it. It seems to me the only thing that seems legit is the headsets. That they're selling headsets and they're using this to do it. And it just goes to show how powerful the female victimhood narrative can be if you're only more efficient at doing it. You can use it to sell stuff. And it's not the first time that companies have tried to use the women's rights or the women's issues thing to sell products, but this is just it's so transparent, mainly because they really underestimated the people that they were essentially, talking about, which is the gamer culture. And to be frank, if I was a woman, I would be insulted at this. Like my wife is a gamer. We play games together all the time. And she hates that this thing even exists. And she was like, this is so retarded. Why is this thing? And this is not helping anybody either. It's so dumb. Now, to go back to remember I said I wanted to find out what the Diverse Gaming Coalition is? I just had to find out. So Diverse Gaming Coalition is dedicated to fight for a change in online and real life communities through modern concepts and pop culture. You can fight with pop culture, guys. We vision a world where people can live freely without bullying and harassment. After struggling with intense bullying in school and online, Abby Sager, founder of the Diverse Gaming Coalition, left high school in hopes of finding solace. She dropped out. Sager decided to turn her struggles into something that can help others. In 2016, Sager founded Diverse Gaming Coalition to change the way we talk about bullying. The internet is a convenient tool that most of us use every day for various reasons, but no one talks about the ugly side of the World Wide Web. And then they have these stats. About 58% of kids admit someone has said mean or hurtful things to them online. Over 4 out of 10 say it's happened more than once, but 90% of teenagers who have seen social media bullying say they have ignored it. Well, probably because this is the reality of the situation when it comes to online bullying.
Sticks and stones may break your bones.
Well, that's one way to. I was gonna say. I mean, you're basically saying what I was gonna say, but you've made it digestible for progressives to understand, even though it'll make them mad. Life is suffering. There's nothing we can do to avoid it, except try our best to equip ourselves with the tools necessary to endure it. Now, I'm not saying it's okay that people bully people online, but it's a reality. It's like, we want the internet to remain free, then we have to deal with that. If you don't want the internet to remain free, and I know that it's under threat of that's under threat of being taken from us every minute of every day, then go ahead and say that you want to get rid of bullying, because you have to give power to entities in order to try to mitigate it, which, by the way, you won't be able to entirely, because the only thing that will happen is you end up broadening the definition of what bullying is to suit every person's individual needs. And then there's just like, there's nothing that you can say online anymore. We don't want to live in a world like that. But if you want the internet to remain free, then you have to live with some of the discomfort that comes with that. And I'm sorry, but I'm the kind of person that believes that most people on the internet don't run into hate. Most of the time, their experience is relatively benign, and occasionally, if not often, it's beneficial. You know, they go to social media, they talk to friends, they go play some games with some friends, whatever. And then every so often, I think it's rare, even for people like Zoe Quinn and like Brianna Wu, every so often they run into hate. They run into aggressive people who insult them or even bully them or even harass them. But we have a tendency of focusing on our negative experiences and then expanding on those to basically consume us, where we think this is all that's happening in my life, is all these bad things. But the only reason why that is because you take the good stuff for granted and you take the mundane stuff for granted. This is how it is in the real world too.
It's what all those privileged people like Natty are like. That's this literally the most difficult thing that they have to deal with in their lives is some 12-year-old kid in Australia calling them a cunt. Even though in that country it's supposed to be a term of endearment, but that doesn't stop them from getting outraged.
No.
Jesus. Honestly, like what you just said, Brian, if they don't realize what the alternative is to the way things are right now, where you're censoring the internet and censoring the way things are going to get a whole lot worse.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And again, this is obviously misleading, manipulative, and outright deceitful thing they did, and they deserve every bit of criticism, ridicule and bad press that they get, because that is just low tier activism with a smattering of a marketing ploy, like buy our headset. No, fuck off with your headset. Seriously.
You know for a goddamn fact that those headsets work about as well as the ones that they hand out to you on the fucking plane.
Yeah, they're probably shitty headsets, to be honest. Like, I have a good headset, and I didn't have to learn that my headset was going towards fucking, the Time's Up Now or some anti-bullying group. All these sponsors, they're either just trying to sell headsets, which I know there's a lot of people that are just like, I just want to sell headsets. What'll work? Oh, turning women into victims and telling them they need our headsets to save themselves? Sure, I'll do it. And then there are straight up activists that really think women are dying online, like dying. What was the number they gave us? 21 million female gamers have reported sexual harassment in game. What?
Yeah. You want to know how they got that number?
Yeah, tell me how they got that.
Okay, I forgot to mention this, but apparently they did a sample study of about 857 women, and about 80 of them said that they've quit one particular game because they didn't like the experience of it. And what they did is they extrapolated that to all women and said that 3 million women have quitted a particular game because of harassment. And then what they did is by extrapolating that further, instead of just saying, focusing on the 3 million people that quit, they expanded that just to say that generally, in terms of people who have experienced sexual harassment but not necessarily have quit, that's about 21 million women. Gotta love science, ladies and gentlemen.
That sounds like that doesn't sound like mathematics. That sounds like, fem mathematics or something. Like,
well, you know what they say about women in math. Sorry.
What, they don't add up?
I can't. Yeah, they don't. I'm sorry. I had to.
It's okay.
I mean, yeah.
They are good at multiplying. I'll let that
they are good at that.
I'll let them sink in. With a man's help, that is, though. Sorry.
And dividing.
If you're going to carry the one, But, yeah, dividing. Oh, this is so bad. This is the most misogynist stream I've ever done.
Hey, look. We don't normally do this. We only reserve this type of behavior for the euphorically stupid.
Yeah, right. So, elite female. I like how. I think that when they advertised this 1 hour stream, they were like, "We're gonna end bullying in this 1 hour stream forever." And I was like, "Wow, that is a bold fucking claim." I want to see this forever. And it turned out it didn't even go. They didn't even need an hour, guys. Bullying is over. It's over. Thanks to the elite female gamers that went into Counter-Strike Global Offensive and ended it, despite the fact that the person being harassed was also the harasser. But that's not important. The point is, it's over. Go buy some headphones and get them over here.
It's all okay if the ends justify the means, Brian. As long as you're doing it in the name of social justice, it's all okay.
Yeah. Oh my god.
By the way, I have my own idea of social justice, and that involves me calling you a stupid twit, Nati Casanova. Fucking really? That's your last name?
Yeah, really. So
okay.
I don't know. I got nothing else to add except this is just retardville action, and yeah, I mean, I'm just laughing. I wanna meet these elite female gamers. Seriously, do they have like, I don't know, like masks? Like when you're elite, do you get like a patch, or how do you rank somebody that's elite? Like what do you get for that? Is it maybe based on your hair color?
Yeah, your hair color, your use of red lipstick.
Yeah.
How many times a day you say white people are bad?
How many pairs of horn-rimmed glasses you can wear at once?
How many times you could shout patriarchy, fuckface, something like that. Anyways, I need to go to bed. I'm gonna take a fucking nap, and I'm gonna wake up, and all this is just going to be a massive fever dream. Hopefully. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for joining us for this revealing episode of Breaking Badger News. I want to thank Brian for literally doing this with me at the last second. I've been so busy, and I want to thank Mike J for picking up the slack, doing the work that I would normally do, and making this particular episode possible. If you like this episode of Breaking Badger News, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more content like this, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, stay yellow.